Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. All right, Crypto Insight UK saying, I must say, it feels awful on crypto Twitter right now. Most people aren't even angry anymore. They're just not here. I've been reflecting, and I do think Charles Hoskinson is right from yesterday's speech. Well, what did Charles say yesterday? Crypto wants retail, but then essentially just crapped on them this cycle, pulling their liquidity via memes. Guys, we just didn't get that type of liquidity that we should have been getting for crypto. I'm just going to bring up the Bitcoin dominance chart. As you guys can see, Bitcoin dominance on the daily is starting to go up again. And I mean, when we generally see a crypto bull run, what we've seen in the past, Bitcoin dominance going down, way down to in and around the 41% level. That's when the altcoins take off, and that's when retail gets very exuberant. But we didn't get that. I know a lot of my community don't have memes as their main focus, and of course, neither do I. It is just an observation. It feels weird, though, at the moment, but I honestly do think Bitcoin sees a new all-time high before most people believe it can. I just don't see a world where we leave the liquidity above us and in the same cycle don't see a dominance drop. Whilst everyone screams it's a 4-year cycle and nothing has changed, this statement doesn't make sense when you see the previous sentence. So, I mean, we could still be in a 4-year cycle even without the dominance drop and without the meme coins taking off. I gotta say, though, this has been a very, very strange cycle. Bitcoin... Here, let's bring up the Bitcoin price. So dominance has not dropped. We've got Bitcoin trying to recoup from what is looking like a retest down in here. So we did see that initial drop for Bitcoin right back in here last week. Bitcoin did rebound up. We did see a bit of a collapse just yesterday, and now Bitcoin is recovering. It's looking as though we're seeing a head and shoulders pattern here on the Bitcoin chart. So hopefully that continues to the upside. Fear and greed is now at 16, so we are still in extreme fear, guys. Market cap still under $3 trillion at 2.96. It's up a little bit today. Meme coins and Bitcoin have all taken some gains back. Investors are investing back in crypto, albeit not in large quantities. We're seeing single-digit gains here on the chart. So mostly green today, but single digits. I mean, we're hoping for another big push to the upside, of course. We got to see this inverted head and shoulders pattern play out. I think a lot of people are just kind of waiting, waiting with bated breath and hoping that we are going to see another push to the upside before the end of the year. This is the XRP chart here on the hourly, and as you guys can see, same kind of inverted head and shoulders pattern on the XRP chart. You can see the first shoulder there. We got the head there, second shoulder, and it's looking as though XRP is already gone past that trend line where the shoulders are. This doesn't really mean too much in the moment. We still do have to see significant momentum to the upside for anything to really kind of pan out. Guy on the earth here posting this, XRP, okay, there's no sugarcoating it. XRP is hanging on for dear life at its monthly bull market support. So guy on the earth, kind of pessimistic. For alts to stand a chance, we need to see a recovery rally in Bitcoin with BTC dropping. So we just took a look at the BTC dominance chart. XRP on the monthly, holding on to support. Let's put this on the monthly so you guys can see here. So that is the XRP chart. Oops, XRP chart on the monthly. I'm just going to get rid of some of that there. And support on the month, guys. You can see here, very, very, very precarious. If we call former resistance new support for XRP, that would be in and around $1.96. You guys can see XRP just holding on by a thread here. Hopefully we do see a bullish month this month, and this red candlestick turns green. This is the month of December 2025. We really do need some type of reversal in order to have renewed confidence in the crypto space. If you guys are interested, though, in how I'm perceiving this crypto market in more detail, you guys can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. The price is only $5 a month. Pretty affordable, if you ask me. I know most people go to the grocery store and drop $5 on an impulse junk food buy. No questions asked. So $5 a month only, but you got to subscribe and stay subscribed to lock in. How do we perceive this market moving forward? Well, guys, I'm completely transparent, showing you guys my entire portfolio, my buy and sell targets for XRP, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Check it out, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Some positive bullish catalysts are just beginning to peek their heads out, guys. Shanaka here, Shanaka Ansalam Pereira. He posted this: the Federal Reserve just blinked. Okay, yesterday, December the 1st, 2025 will be remembered. After draining $2.4 trillion from the financial system in June of 22, the Federal Reserve has officially ended quantitative tightening. So this is the catalyst, or at least this is the perceived catalyst that some analysts are saying is going to reverse the market, not just crypto, but other markets as well. The number they do not want you to see, the overnight reverse repo facility, has collapsed from $2.3 trillion to near zero. The liquidity buffer is gone, completely exhausted. The Fed had no choice. So this is also, I guess there's a second story here, the fact that they have to do this. So that's maybe a topic for another video, but he says here, this is not policy preference. This is a forced retreat. What the headlines will tell you: the Fed ended QT in 2019. Repo markets exploded. Rates spiked above 10% overnight. They swore it would not happen again, and it almost did. Balance sheet frozen at $6.45 trillion. Rate cuts to 3.75%. Reserves hovering at $2.89 trillion, dangerously close to the $2.7 trillion stress threshold identified by Governor Waller himself. So essentially, the post-pandemic monetary experiment is over. 3 years of attempted normalization, $9 trillion peak to $6.45 trillion floor, and now the Fed holds. But here's the question no one was asking: what happens when the next crisis hits and the balance sheet is still $6.45 trillion? When rates are already falling, when the ammunition is already spent? The answer: they print again. So this is not bearish or bullish, this is structural. So giving us a little more context here, the Federal Reserve has demonstrated for the second time in 6 years that the balance sheet reduction has a hard ceiling. And he's saying here the system cannot tolerate it. Fiscal dominance is no longer theory, it is observable reality. December 1st, 2025, the day the Fed confirmed that the exit door from extraordinary monetary policy does not exist. So position yourself accordingly. So a bit of a cautionary view here from Shanak. I wanted to thank him, wanted to thank Guy on the Earth and Crypto Insight UK for posting those. But guys, there could be some positive news here. Maybe if we zoom way out on the 12-month chart and take a look at what Egg Crypto here has to say with regards to the XRP chart, okay? On the 12-month, look at that setup. This isn't a roller coaster for the weak. It's a VIP ride for those who can handle the suspense. Less whining, more winning. Zoom way out, guys. This is the XRP chart here. I'm just going to throw that on the 12-month for you guys to show you that, when you're willing to hodl for a very long time, maybe we shouldn't be worrying so much. So triangular bullish pennant pattern on the 12-month. How many years, though, are we willing to hold? Another 2, 3, 4? I mean, I think it's a good idea to hold some of your XRP for the very long term. Essentially what he's saying, though, is that we are still, I can't even draw straight lines because we're so zoomed out here. And for whatever reason, this doesn't want to draw a straight line. Isn't that funny? I'm just going up and down and it's squiggling. Strange. Anyway, maybe I'll bring an arrow tool up here. Essentially what he's saying is because we are seeing this bullish pennant pattern on the extremely high time frame, we could in fact see the next couple of years be very bullish for XRP. And I mean, that would go along with the theory that we are going to see real world utility. I mean, it's not lost on institutions. Some of the biggest financial firms on the planet have now said we will now allow crypto ETFs on our platform. And guys, I'm talking about Vanguard here. This just came out on Bloomberg News yesterday. And it's funny, documenting Bitcoin, posting an article that they posted back in January of 2018 when the market was in free fall. Vanguard chief, you will never see a Bitcoin fund from us. That's how it started. And now how it's going, Vanguard will now allow crypto ETFs on its platform. So a bit of a 180, just to put it mildly. Even as late as 2024, Tim Buckley, Vanguard chairman and CEO, said Bitcoin isn't a store of value and will never offer ETFs. Listen to this.
Spot Bitcoin ETFs. Question came in, hey, we know you're not offering one. Have you changed your mind? What would it take for you to change your mind? We don't plan to, and we don't, we're not going to change our minds around this unless the asset class changes.
Yep.
Why? First of all, we don't believe it belongs. Like a Bitcoin ETF belongs in a long-term portfolio. Someone's saving for their retirement. It's a speculative asset.
That's exactly it.
And the funds that we offer invest in asset classes that actually have underlying cash flow. So, like we mentioned stocks, you're buying the forward earnings of a company.
That's right.
And that bond, right,
has coupon and principal payments.
Yeah, you're going to pay me back and you're going to pay me something for lending you the money.
Exactly.
Right, so they both can be valued. And that's, for us, we understand why they would rise up in a portfolio and the role they will play, and we can model them. Something like Bitcoin is just too volatile, and it's not a store of value. It hasn't been. And it's very volatile. When stocks got hammered in recent crises, that Bitcoin went right with them. And so it is speculative, really tough to think about how it belongs in a long-term portfolio.
Vanguard in 2025, though. Bitcoin starts trading tomorrow. Eleanor Turret also bringing us the news. The world's second largest asset manager, Vanguard, is preparing to allow access to crypto ETFs on its brokerage platform. So this is from her website, Crypto in America. And I guess Vanguard was quietly preparing to offer these ETFs before the entire crypto space started reporting on it. We got the world's second largest asset manager, Vanguard, preparing to allow access to crypto ETFs on its brokerage platform. The mutual fund behemoth with $10 trillion in assets under management has until now remained on the sidelines when it comes to digital assets, opting for a more conservative approach than rivals like Fidelity and Charles Schwab. According to a source familiar with the company's plans, who spoke on the condition of anonymity, Vanguard has begun laying the groundwork and holding external discussions in response to strong client demand for digital assets and a shifting regulatory environment. The source said there are currently no plans for Vanguard to launch its own products, as BlackRock has done. Instead, though, the firm is considering letting brokerage customers access select third-party crypto ETFs, though it remains unclear when the decision will be made or which products would be offered. So that is the latest news. Interesting, with Vanguard now opening up access to crypto ETFs, there's no better time to bring this up. This courtesy of Smoke here on Twitter. Former eToro US CEO Lul Demisi said it clearly. Digital assets are the first asset class in history that a regular person entered before institutions. And I feel like we're getting a sense that Vanguard is feeling the pressure, obviously, from their investors to open it up. But guys, us retail, we got in first.
So what's interesting about digital assets, you have to remember, is it's the first asset class in history in which the regular person entered before institutions did. That's why everybody's up in arms, right? Regular people, this was a retail individual person phenomenon before it became a Wall Street phenomenon. It's one of the first asset classes. I challenge you to find another asset class. So it totally upended the idea of what power looks like, what power structure looks like, how technology works. And so I don't want to lose that wisdom. That wisdom was really valuable, regardless of normalizing regulations, ingesting and digesting the sort of the bad actor issues. We should not lose that wisdom, that access to technology to a broad set of people is the way that you mitigate the evils that could reside in it.
Smoke down here saying, why get bearish right as the largest financial institutions step in to lift the very assets you already hold? Very astute observation here. Nate Gerasi also commenting, Vanguard finally caves and will now finally allow spot crypto ETFs trading on their brokerage platform. It includes Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana ETFs. However, Vanguard reiterates that they have no plans to launch their own crypto ETFs. So they're not saying that these are ours. They're just saying you can trade them on our platforms. So they're still standing by their comments here. It's a compromise that belies the firm's longstanding view that digital assets are too volatile and speculative for serious portfolios, and comes despite a more than $1 trillion drawdown in crypto market value since early October. Cryptocurrency ETFs and mutual funds have been tested through periods of market volatility, performing as designed while maintaining liquidity. So that's a counter view there. I will link all this in the description of the video for you. Interesting, because Bearableguy has been on it since the beginning. You guys remember this riddle here, the ship riddle? A lot of people were tying this ship to Vanguard. Of course, Vanguard's logo is a ship. I'm not entirely sure if this is what Bearableguy was insinuating, that we would see crypto ETFs through Vanguard. It could be that Vanguard is at the center of a lot of these Ripple-enabled companies. I've done a video on this in the past. I'll see if I can find it, and I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. Nevertheless, guys, it's all coming together. Vanguard, the crypto ETFs, and again, not just XRP ETFs. We're talking about crypto ETFs broadly. But guys, Vanguard, the second largest firm on planet Earth with assets under management valued in the trillions of dollars, second only to BlackRock. They are now offering crypto ETFs. It was always going to happen, I think. Bearableguy had his eye on the prize. XRP is set to explode. Take a look at that 12-month chart. How many years do we have to wait before we see another big bullish green candlestick to the upside? If you guys want to pick my brain, it is only $5 a month. Patreon.com/WorkingMoneyChannel. You got to subscribe, though, and stay subscribed to lock into that subscription price. And come on over to the Working Money Channel merch store if you guys are interested in purchasing some Working Money Channel merch. Link is in the description of the video. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.